Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Beastars Season 1, Episode 9. What happened last time?
Episode 10.
Episode 10. What happened last time?
Last time, Haru got kidnapped.
By the Shishigumi.
Oh yeah, which is not very good. They're like a group of tigers. The mayor... Oh, they're a group of lions.
What is a group of lions called?
A pride of lions. Anyway,
so this group of tigers.
this group of lions kidnapped Haru, and they're being creepy as fuck. Anyway, legosi went through this whole thing of like, you know, I'm gonna protect Louis. That's my new thing. He is a man worthy of my respect. 5 minutes later, not so much, because it turns out that the mayor is like, he's a good leader, but he's kind of corrupt at the same time, and there's all these like, you know, oh, if people get kidnapped, as long as it doesn't happen too often, well, we'll just leave it alone, because that's not worth upsetting the social dynamics of this town. And Louis has agreed to sort of uphold that end of the deal of, like, being in the public eye and having responsibility. Some interesting stuff going on.
Really interesting. Ready to see what happens this episode. Hope you guys enjoy our reaction and review to this episode. We hope you leave a like if you do enjoy it. We hope you subscribe to stay tuned for future stuff. Really like it when you guys do that. And we also hope that you check out our Patreon if you want to get a week ahead on this show and many others on our channel. Before we get into it, this is not a market substitute. Please support the official release. Check us out on Patreon. Check out the original show on Netflix. We use some of the footage in these videos as reference, as context, so that you guys know what we're talking about, but it is not a free alternative to watching on a legal channel like Netflix. This is Netflix exclusive. Support the official release. We're getting into this Beastars Season 1, Episode 10. A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Thing just starts, it's just him literally dressed as a sheep.
He like exhumes Tem's body. Or no, I guess Tem, they didn't find a body because
he was eaten.
The opening is him. He just like...
Where are you going?
I'm getting my drink. Oh shit. Well, he doesn't have doubt anymore about his intentions with her, so now he's not like... Just a random guy. Everybody disperses. You wouldn't want the myriad to come sniffing around here. Fucking house cats. She's gonna get fucking robbed. Ah! That's a crazy
epic.
crossbow.
That's awesome.
Plus side is, if he gets hungry, he has a snack. He can eat it. Gohin. Of course, he's just such a badass. He's got like a bandolier.
35!
35! And I was just about to retire. Nice shiner. Fuck off, Juno. You have no idea.
He really found it. Impressive.
That's a straight up gun. Fucking 1911. Oh, he smells her. I want to see some blood. Why are you glowing orange? I didn't know wolves glue orange. I think this is literally Berserk. Like... Shot his fucking ear off! Well, the guards must have heard that. It's a gunshot.
Yikes.
And as you stare into the abyss also stares into thee. And pick up that gun.
Yeah.
Get that fucking gat.
Damn, these guys were way slower than I. They were standing right there.
They just, yeah. How could they not see? We could see them from here. Tame. Yeah. See, I said it. I literally said it.
They should have grabbed that gun. They really should have grabbed that gun.
Did you just punch him and then start running away? You fucking idiot.
Does he have a stick?
Right in the head. Yeah. Oh! It's just turned into like Django Unchained. Or like Taken. Like with Liam Neeson. This fucker better not die. Oh, that's the bear's weak spot. Hit him in the nose. Is she gonna die when he reaches her?
I hope not.
I'm getting that vibe. she's the anima.
俺を強くするシンプルなわがまま。早く会いに行こう。よし、ここは任せて先に行け。こんな雑魚ども俺一人で十分なんだよ。死ぬんじゃねえぞ。はい、ゴリン様。生意気やがって。
This isn't looking good for our homegirl here. I thought that was the end of the episode there.
Oh, she is.
She's writing a death letter. A death note.
自ら走馬灯を作っていくスタイルよ。人生面白いくらい惨めに思う私の人生。誘拐されて変な団体に捕まって、こうやって美味しい肉かどうか検品されている今、私はメスとして、小動物として。でも私の生き方っていわゆるこういう最後を迎えて叱るべきだったというか。だってもう私みたいに生まれた時点で幸せになれるはずなかったのよ。私はごく一般的なドワーフウサギの家庭に生まれて、ごく一般的に愛情を注がれて育ちました。兄弟の中で一番体が小さかった私が両親から言われてきたことは
Backstory. Main character backstory.
ドワーフウサギは草食動物の中でもとても弱いの。だから用心するのよ。どうして？何かあったらすぐ死んじゃうからよ。幼少期はその言いつけに釈然としなかったけど、10歳になると私もだんだん理解してきた。ありがとう。いくら大きくなってもどの動物も赤ん坊を見るような目で私を見てる。なんで笑ってんの？なんでもない。私が小さくて弱くてかわいそうだから、何かあったらすぐに死んじゃう。ずっと春のこと好きで、付き合ってください。笑ってない。私は見つけてしまった。自分と他の動物が対等になれる唯一のひととき。この時だけは私はかわいそうじゃない。弱者として扱われない嘘のない交流。私はか弱いドワーフウサギではなく、ただの春として誰かに見てほしかったのだ。春？おかしなことかもしれないけど、私は初めてありのままの自分を認められた気がした。友達が減っても軽蔑されても、私にとってはかわいそうって同情されるよりは全然マシだったのです。でももう終わりです。もう終わり。ナイドワーフウサギのくだらない18年間、さようなら。なった男の子に本当に言いたいことは言えないまま、生まれてきた意味も自分の本当の価値もわからないまま、後悔だけが。なんで高橋君が何考えてるのか全然わからない。でもいつも全力でぶつかってきた灰色狼の男の子、あなただけはどの登場もせず私自身を見てくれていた。本当に変な子ね。ねえ、どうせ死ぬなら最後くらいあなたに恥ずかしくないウサギでありたい。
屈辱や周知は体内に血を巡らせ、より肉の味を高みに持っていくのだ。
ねえおじさん、すいませんね。私あなたが能楽されてる間、脳内で遺書書いてました。屈辱や周知で血が巡ると美味しくなるなら、今の私はめちゃめちゃ冷静ですよ。あなた美食家なんですって。申し訳ないけど最悪なディナーになりそうね。悔しくも恥ずかしくもない女の硬い肉を食べるんだから、おじさん早くしたら味が落ちてく一方よ。こっちは覚悟できてるんだから。
どうや 私は硬い肉など受け付けぬぞ。心を込めて蹂躙してあげる。まずは耳だ。
一人ぼっちだな、最後も。助けなんて来ない。私の人生はもう終わり。
Grab those swords.
理由はありすぎてちょっと言えない。
What a time to end the episode. Oh, there's time for an ending? I thought we went way over time with that one.
That one seemed really short to me, so I didn't.
Well, that one seemed really long to me.
I
Is
guess
this
that-
new?
No, I think there's only 3.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I really like how they have 3 different endings.
To suit different moods.
To suit different moods, and, but a lot of it is just reused, just different colors.
Yeah.
But the colors are so good at affecting the tone that, it works really well.
So what'd you think of that one?
The show is so interesting in just what it can, like, in just the things that it does, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just really interesting because it's just like a high school show, and then it's like, she's kidnapped and he's like raiding this place, but it still kind of feels like the same show, and it's interesting that they can pull that off in a high school show. And I'll admit it feels like a little bit weird, but because of the stuff that has already been built up about this world and how like horrible and cruel it can be, and like it's established that this isn't like completely out of nowhere because they had previously had the episode about the black market, and you know, they built that up of like, oh yeah, there's some of the carnivores, like, they just eat the meat of dead animals, and some of them just kill people even still. And then when it like turns into like a corporation who like is a business about eating people.
Corporation?
They're like, they say they have a business of eating people, is this whole like lion thing. I almost called them tigers again.
They're like the mafia.
Okay. Well,
It's human trafficking is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And the Yakuza.
But they're like a huge, there's like what, 30 something of them?
35.
Yeah, 35 of them. But it doesn't seem that, like, it doesn't seem super out of place, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Explain further. What do you actually mean?
Like, him, like, raiding the equivalent of the mafia headquarters.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem super out of nowhere, because of what they've previously set up about the world.
Yeah.
And that's surprising. Like, when you're watching a show about high school, you wouldn't necessarily expect that to be a plot point.
I suppose.
If that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. There's been splashes of violence, but yeah, there was never a point where like, oh yeah, okay, so now time for every student at the academy needs to take, you know, martial arts training or something. Like, there's no fighting isn't like a part of the.
Mm-hmm. It's all about living in peace.
Yeah.
And there's some people who don't live in peace, but we all need to live in.
Yeah,
harmony
I appreciate that fighting isn't like a big part of the show in the same way that it is in other shows. Like, they aren't going to a ninja academy. They aren't going to a hero academy. They aren't,
It's regular school.
They're just going to school. The only way that they tried to fit that in was like making stage combat. like, or what's it called, like fight choreography. They were playing that off like it was real fight training or whatever.
Well, that's because they definitely weren't doing fight choreography in that moment. They
also weren't learning martial arts, so
yeah.
That's my point. Is like this isn't a fighting school, so the fact that he would go there shouldn't make sense, but it does because it makes sense in the story. It makes sense with what they're trying to say and the narrative they're telling. This is literally Berserk. This is just straight up Berserk. Like, no cap. This is fucking Berserk, but with animals. The main guy is literally a wolf. But, like, that was Guts versus the 100 soldiers. I hate because I want to compare it so bad, but
like
I
in
can't.
Depth.
Yeah, I can't though. Because I don't want to spoil anybody for watching Berserk, but this is literally fucking Berserk.
You should make a separate video afterwards on
similarities
why Beastars is Berserk, why Beastars is furry Berserk.
It literally is Furzerk. Furzerk. It's Furzerk. That's exactly what it is. It literally is. It actually, like, not even a joke. That was. And that was actually, and I like it. I love it. Obviously, I love it. I'm just saying, it's just Berserk, but with furries. Yeah, that's my entire thoughts on the matter. I want to talk about it more, but I feel like I'm going to be spoiling Berserk because it's just Berserk with furries. Like, he breaks in there. He completely abandons all sense of survival. He completely is prepared to die, and is taking on way more than he could handle on his own, or way more than a normal person could handle on their own, using using the fact that they're protecting someone to fight harder. And yeah,
I was gonna say that moment out on the bridge of he's like, she's my prey, and then he's like, what the fuck did I just say right now?
That was crazy.
Really, oh my god, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And then Panda Guy shows up and is just like,
Panda Guy? How fucking dare you?
He shows up and is just...
You didn't even say his name. You don't even know his name. It's not even
said it a few times.
Goheen.
Goheen. Goheen shows up and is just like, you just need to be an adult about this.
What?
What did he say? That's what mature people do or whatever. I forget the line that he said. But it's just an interesting moment of, that minute of doubt, and then he comes in and is like, no, you're doing the right this is worth it. What you're doing right now is worth it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, as soon as he's starting to doubt himself, he shows up and he's just like, use that to your advantage. That's what a mature wolf does, and that's literally what I said from the beginning. That is his entire arc, is that, of using your, and that's exactly what I said with the shadow, what I was talking about a few episodes ago, or earlier on, where, I think it was the first episode, when we literally see his shadow. The Jungian shadow is what he's dealing with right now, where it's your impulse to destroy, and it can wreak havoc if you leave it unchecked, which we've seen multiple times, where he tries to fake that he's demure and he's harmless, as he puts it, but that's just him denying that and trying to we literally saw him cage his shadow, his impulse, his dark desires in the corner of his mind, and then whenever he tries to do that, it breaks out. But he can be mature, as Goheen puts it, admirable, and the person that he needs to be is someone who can use it when it's necessary and keep it at bay when it's not. But you can't ignore its existence. That's the problem. So they literally nailed exactly what they're talking about. And by the way, Goheen is like Rafiki. He's like the self. And it makes sense that he's a psychotherapist. Yeah. He's literally, he's there to, and he did it before. He gave Legoshi the I didn't say this back in the episode because I think it went on a crazy different tangent. But yeah, his whole point is that he is there to, he's like Yoda. Yoda is like the self. fucking legosi goes into the darkest place in the world, and then he finds a spiritual sort of guru that can help him come to his own conclusions about himself and enlighten him, not by giving him answers, but by giving him the right questions and aiding him along his journey. And that's what he's doing here. And then once he's on the precipice, then, because by telling him that's what a mature wolf does, or that's what a mature person does, he's not giving him an answer. He's giving him a problem to solve, because just him saying that, like, yes, that's true. Now there's the difference between just knowing that and making it going and making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly right. It's 100% right. Really good stuff.
Yeah, Haru's backstory. Interesting
Stuff. Again, berserk.
Sad.
Just straight up berserk.
Yeah, the whole thing of just being born as everyone apparently literally treated her as a child because she was so small. And I guess she's in an interesting position as well, because there are, like, the students who are, like, this big and are, like, tiny, but they don't seem to, like, have too much interaction with, like, the more, like, normal sized students. But she is, like, still, like, in amongst the, like, normal sized people, but she's just, like, tiny. I don't know, it's just interesting, because they look at her as, like, a child-sized version of them, not as, like, a mini person. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing. And that her parents would sort of instill that in her from when she was, like, a baby, I guess. Mm-hmm. That it's just been constantly, like, you can die easily.
Yeah.
And just over and over and over until she finds something she can do about it. Mm-hmm. Although I did like the whole, like, letter writing thing. Very interesting. At first I thought they were just actually letting her write a letter, and I was like, weird, but I'll go with it. And then it turns out she was literally just
composing that in her mind,
thinking about that. And then legosi literally comes in to her, like, writing her fucking death letter, and she's just like, you know, like, she goes on this whole thing of, like, every time she's having sex is the only time that she feels like a normal person. And then she thinks about him, and she's like, oh, that was never a thing with him. He always saw me as a normal person.
Yeah.
And I think that was her realizing that, because she just thought he was kind of weird and kind of different, and he was his own thing and kind of terrifying. And then in that moment, she realizes why he was so different. It wasn't just because he was a weirdo or that he was a wolf. It was that he just treated her normally, and she wasn't used to that. Yeah, so I don't know, that's just a really interesting thing.
A lot of good stuff. This show's really good. Getting up to the last 2 episodes, final stretch of the season, till season 2 comes out. Yeah, this was a really, really good episode. Can't wait to get to the next one. Hope you leave a like and subscribe, and check out our Patreon if you want to get a week ahead. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council.
Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Christian Bay,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Xiao Lao,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Nick Psycho,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Thelmus Celetius,
Brandon Bruce,
Yankee,
Vanonian,
Yuki Ali,
Mord Tarragon,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Agnew,
Lolly Convict,
Redacted,
Zachary Porth,
Mohammed Burnham Ahmed,
Michael E. Zabel,
Callum Forsyth,
Nicholas Woody,
Soma Yukahara,
Dogs Free,
It's Your Boy Dom,
Christian Nielsen,
Phantom,
Quant Tuggle,
Proyectos Informatica,
Sugar Daddy Alex,
Tara,
Hunter Wayne Germany. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.